Hello, next in the video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Rotom that just got released for the Go Fest, which only people have that were at the Go Fest. So like, sorry for you if you don't have it, but you're most likely gonna get it soon-ish anyway. I think it's gonna be like part of future events anyway, as we're now gonna be able to get the Rotom Wash as well for the Ultra bonus if you haven't seen this yet. But yeah, we take a look at the Rotom here, which I think will most likely get a move update for next season. Main reason for this is all the Rotoms actually have a signature move, and I think this is the only one that doesn't have it right now because it wasn't in the move pool yet when the, like in general, the move wasn't in the game yet before, like when this Pokemon basically got into the code, and they didn't change the moveset since then. So like this Pokemon usually would have Leaf Storm, and sadly they didn't give it yet, and Leaf Storm would make this Pokemon way better, and I will be actually curious how good this thing gonna be with Leaf Storm, because Leaf Storm would make a lot of sense for this Pokemon. Having access to basically a very good fast move and then like two nice nukes can be a lot of fun, but right now of course it can, if it basically faces something like a ground type or anything like this, it doesn't really have any chance against this thing, but yeah, it's still funny. We paired together with the Scrafty, which is mainly here to deal with the Walrein, which doesn't really help here either, because, I mean, yeah, this Walrein's still gonna go down from 2 wild charges from this Electrode here, the Hisuian Electrode. I actually built the Rotom and the Electrode just for this team and for nothing more. Like, I just built the Electrode as well with it. I haven't used it prior in any videos or anything whatsoever. One core breaker for this team is Galvantula. Another core breaker for this team would be also the Alolan Ninetales, which of course destroys my lead, and also my backline cannot really do anything against it. Rotom itself is pretty squishy, which is kind of sad because in the main series games, Rotom is actually one of the more bulkiest Pokemon, but because how IV spreads worked in the main series games, this is kind of a little bit awkward here, because usually you can just invest IVs into a certain, like you have like I think 512 IV points that you can give in the main series games, and you can just put this into certain stats, 252 for each, and of course, like if you only have 500 available and 252 for each, you will not be able to max out every stat, but like usually you max out the HP stat for the Rotom and like one of the defense stats, and then you have a really bulky Pokemon. While in Pokemon Go this thing is super squishy, which is kind of sad. But yeah, this Pokemon has a very interesting moveset here with the Omnious Wind and also the Thunderbolt. I really wish it still had the coverage here, but we see also the Electrode here is actually pretty decent. I really enjoyed using Electrode. I definitely enjoyed Electrode way more than the Rotom. So like both are the same typing, so if you decide to get anything like this, you don't really have to be that sorry for you if you don't have the Rotom, because Electrode is just way better. That's also why I wanted to pair it with this, so I give you already an alternative with which has the same typing, but a way better moveset, and also I think a little bit better stats. I think I'm way bulkier with the Electrode, which is way nicer, as we're going to be able to win this game here as well. I'm still feeling a little bit sick from the Go Fest, like I already said this in the last video, which I did about the Shaman Skyform there. So I still don't know if I'm gonna have another video like midday tomorrow. We have to see, but yeah, we see the Skunking here, normal Skunking in the Ultra League. It's kind of crazy. Like I have my Shadow version, which I haven't really used for ages because I don't really think it's that good. But we can still counter this thing down. We still have to go for one more power punch here, as they will be able to get to move here afterwards. They're gonna shield up. I'm gonna shield up as well. I kind of want to keep my Scrafty alive. They go for 2 flamethrowers. At least they didn't bait me and get the debuff or anything like this, as we see the Kofag coming in. We can get the shield here with the foul play, and we should be in a pretty decent spot here, as we have some nukes in the back and they have to throw here, which is very nice for me, and we can just nuke my opponent back hopefully, as we're gonna go into our Rotom Mow actually, because Rotom Mow gonna be able to go for the Omnious Wind, which is super effective, and maybe it can get a boost. That would be very nice, as we don't get the boost on the first one. And we're gonna see my opponent going for a Shadow Ball here, which is fine, as we're gonna be able to go for another one. Nope, we don't get to another one. And now it's kind of a little bit awkward, because of course we have our Electrode here, but they have a Scrafty, and I don't think we're gonna be able to win this game, to be honest. We have to hope that my opponent throws here in time. I have to hope that I can somehow overfarm a lot, that I am going to be able to still get to another wild charge against the Kofag. And turns out I definitely won't be able to, like, no matter what I did there was nothing I could do at this point of time anymore. And we're gonna go down here. Sadly, like, Hisuian Electrode, while it's way better than the Rotom Mow, it's not definitely even like slightly good or whatever. Like it's definitely not very good. We see a Swampert coming in here. Swampert, we have a pretty decent play with our Scrafty still. While we have 2 grass types in the back, they are also part electric type, and you're gonna see it hurts. Oh, it just does so much damage. Like 1 earthquake is just already enough to KO this thing. We just gotta rely on our Scrafty on that they don't have a Charmer in the back. Yeah, was a very nice play by me, of course, but I don't think we would have won this anyway because like the thing is basically impossible to beat. We see a Trevenant coming in here against our Rotom Mow. We can go for the super effective Omnious Wind, which they don't know, and we get the boost, which is actually kind of insane. And I hope that they go for the Shadow Ball here because we're going to shield this move up, and they do go for the Shadow Ball. And now we're in a decent spot as we can just go for Omnious Wind. So we're going to be there faster than my opponent. We're going to be able to get to another one, and we can go for... We actually do CMP against this thing, which I didn't expect. But they go for another Shadow Ball, which allows me to go for another Omnious Wind. And I'm pretty sure that I can win this matchup, but I'm not... Oh, yeah, they're gonna let it go. Easy peasy. Waiting back switch event with the Rotom Mow. We can go for an Omnious Wind against this Warring as well. Trying to get some damage on it as they already had the move, but they gonna let it go, and we have about half health already. Rotom Mow actually putting in some work here. As we're gonna go into our Scrafty, they go for another charge move here, which is not gonna do too much as they're not Shadow version either. Doesn't really do a lot. And we see the Tapu Fini coming back in here, and we're gonna be able to go ahead and double wild charge this thing, and we should be able to win this game, hopefully, as we're gonna be able to get to our moves way faster. 1 wild charge easily gonna be enough to KO my opponent here, as they gonna go into their Warring, getting hit by another wild charge. They're gonna shield it up, but we still have our Scraf. We just need 1 more foul play for winning this game, and we're gonna be able to take this game home. Pretty nice game there. I really enjoyed how the Rotom kinda destroyed my opponent thanks to the boost, but yeah, we see the Cresselia here against us, which is kind of awkward as Cresselia is always a little bit tricky with the Moonblast. Moonblast just gonna do too much damage against my Scrafty here, so yeah, we can go into our Rotom, which of course has access now to the Omnious Wind, but it's not going to do that much damage as expected, as this move is not very good. It's only really for boosting. It's like Ancient Power, and Ancient Power is definitely not a good move. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take another Moonblast here. We can go for the Thunderbolt. Does this KO my opponent here already, or does it not KO? I don't know yet for sure. It doesn't KO, and it's kind of awkward now as we have to go into our Electrode, and we have to take another move, and it's the Moonblast. It just, Cresselia is just too bulky. I really want to get a good one for this league, but yeah, I don't think we have a chance of winning this game. We go for 1 wild charge against this Talonflame, but they just have to shield or not. We can go for another wild charge against the incoming Charizard. Okay, and we're just gonna swap out into our own Scrafty, and we're just gonna go straight for the foul play. I don't really care, I just want to have damage on this Pokemon. I have Thunder Shock in the back, and they just let it go, and I can just power up punch the entire time, and there is nothing they can do anymore. I don't know why they didn't shield that Talonflame. They would have easily won this as their team completely walls my team. And yeah, they just decided to go all in with their Shadow Charizard. Very cool looking Pokemon though, but yeah, like it's still kind of awkward. Like we see the Dragon Claw coming through from the Charizard as yeah, we're gonna be able to win this game, and we are going too fast. It's insane. I'm passenger though, so I don't know. I actually most likely was just GPS glitch or whatever. I played those games mainly in my hotel room, and my hotel room in Berlin had really bad GPS, which was really good for me because I got a lot of kilometers from this, and I also got a lot of new spawns from this, where I just like walked everywhere, which was pretty cool. But like I teleport everywhere. We had like 2 stops in my hotel, which was cool, which I sometimes do it up, but it didn't really work out that well because I was in just different places all the time. But I mean, I take it. Like I didn't really mind it because I think I got more spawns by walking around the city with just staying in the hotel than just from the lures, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Go Fest was really cool, by the way. Like if you didn't see what I talked about the Go Fest, like I talked a little bit more in the video yesterday about it, but I had a great time. I expect my opponent to have a Talonflame in the back here again, by the way. Usually they have this with this kind of team because it's like the Tacticals team. There's a Talonflame, there's a Wild Charge, and we can go for another Wild Charge. Hopefully, no, they just let it go. We can go for another Wild Charge now, and we have 2 Wild Charges stored, and our Hisuian Electrode is just going in because everything is weak to electric in this kind of meta, And boom, this thing is gone as well. Electrode is just so nice, to be honest. I enjoyed it so much more just because of the wild charge. It's like the sad thing about the Rotoms. I really wish that they had better moves because I think their typing and of course their fast move are kind of unique there, with like Thunder Shock is really decent. Yeah, you have like Rotom Heat, which still can come to the game, which most likely will have Overheat, which is also a Leaf Storm clone for a surprise, but I think it already has it in the moveset currently in the game. Then there is like a Rotom Frost or something like this, which is like a Freezer, which has Blizzard usually. And then there's like a fan version of Rotom, which has Air Slash, which would be then, I guess, a quick move. I don't know. It doesn't learn, I think, any other charge moves from a flying type. So they're all kind of weird, but all the time when you have like the normal Rotom, which is still even not in the game, we have different forms, but we don't have the normal Rotom into the game, which is weird. If you have the normal Rotom and you change them into the forms, they usually start learning those attacks, which is kind of cool, but like I don't know why they didn't give us the actual move with Leaf Storm onto the Rotom Mow here, because I think it would have made it way better. But yeah, we can go for some nice wild charge against this Toxic Rogue. They're gonna just let it go, and they see that they have another Adjustment in the back. And Electrode again is just going in. Like, you see how crazy good Electrode can be if you apply it right and you have it in the right position, as they have to go for another charge move here, and it's gonna be a Bubble Beam, which doesn't even KO me. I can swap onto my Rotom Mow, and we easily still tank a move here, even though we're not that bulky. One Shadow Ball doesn't do that much, as we can go for another Omnia's Wind, which gonna be able to definitely KO my opponent. And yeah, good game to my opponent. Next up, we're gonna have Scrafty against Obstagoon. Very nice for us here. Scrafty is pretty decent against Obstagoon. We can just go straight Power Punch and we can farm down just like, we don't even have to shield yet. Like, we always win this matchup. You see that bug? Like, I didn't even see the animation. All of a sudden, my animation came up there, which was insane. And the same thing gonna happen here now again. I remember this game as well. I click on my move, which is fine. I'm gonna shield up his, and it's gonna be a nice Aqua Tail bait. I all of a sudden start into my animation of my move, like there was no camera or whatever. This is definitely a new bug, which was kind of annoying. Like it didn't really matter here because I think I still hit every bubble, but it can like mess you up because you don't really gonna expect that here. The Scrafty goes down now, which is fine, as we can go back into our Rotom, but doesn't really look too good. I'm just gonna not shield this one up either. It's gonna be most likely a crunch. I'm gonna try to go into my Electrode, try to farm up as much energy with all my Pokemon, but I don't know if this was actually the right play, as they can go for another crunch with 1 HP and Dream, and they can go into their Obstacle. It's not really looking too good here for us. We can go for some Wild Charges. I should have went for the Wild Charge, I think, one before, because now you could definitely gonna shield. And there's not a lot that I can do here anymore. I have to shield this one up as well. They go for a Cross Chop, and they can just farm me down after this one. Nothing really I can do here anymore. Oh, they're actually gonna let it go, but they have a Nightheads in the back. I'm just gonna decide to surrender there. There was nothing I can do. We see a Registeel in the lead, which seems to be fine for me. I can just go ahead and go for Power Punches, but I'm actually gonna try to catch a move here. And I'm gonna be able to catch a Zap Cannon onto our Rotom Mow, which of course can resist this move, as we can go for the Thunderbolt here, which gonna put him pretty low. Also, yeah, already like below half health, which is fine for me. I'm just gonna let this go again, I guess. Yep. Going for the Focus Blast, totally fine. We can go for another Thunderbolt, didn't work out sadly, and this is really awkward because now we cannot KO this thing. I should have just went for the Omnia's Wind, to be honest, because this will not be enough to KO my opponent's Registeel. Now we're in a tough spot, as a Zapkin gonna try to hit me here. We're gonna swap out into our Electrode. We see the Talonflame coming in. I don't think there's a way we can win this game anymore, to be honest. I was gonna no bubble here at all because I know that they're gonna shield it anyway. But we will not be able to get to another move. Like we can get to a one more another move, but like if they played smart here, they're just gonna let go this Wild Charge, and we're gonna lose this final game here, sadly. So thanks for watching. Still, see you next video. Have a great rest of your day. Rotom Mow is definitely not as good as the Hisuian Electrode, which is just a better version of it. So you don't really have to be too sad that they don't have it, but still a new Pokemon. See you tomorrow for maybe another video, but also definitely for a showcase for Pheromosa. So see you then. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.